Good morning. Today's workout, you'll need a chair, some light weights for arm raises, heavier weight for a row, and weights, say, for a chest press. So let's get started. We're going to begin with warm-ups. The first warm-up is the world's greatest stretch. You're in a half kneeling position, 90 degrees. You're going to press this hip forward without moving the leg forward. So you're just pressing to get that stretch right here in the front of your thigh, then back to neutral. We're going to bring the inside arm down to the mat as far as you can go. So I can't get all the way down, maybe you can. And rotating up, following your fingers with your gaze. Let's do one more of those. Down and up. And that's back up to half kneeling. Then you're going to straighten out that front leg, sit back as far as you can, flex the front foot, and come back up to half kneeling. That's one. Two more. So here we go. Press the buttocks forward. So your hips coming forward, but not your leg. You'll feel the stretch right here in the hip flexor. Pressing forward, then release into a neutral half kneeling. Bring that inside arm down to the mat. And then rotate, twisting your spine and your neck. And come down and do one more. Rotate. And come back up to half kneeling, straight leg in front, press back into a nice stretch. And one more, here we go. Hip flexor, pressing forward, back to neutral, lower the forearm down, rotate, come back, another arm down, and rotate, and back to half kneeling, and straighten the front foot, leg, flex the foot, sit back on your heels, and come back up to half kneeling, switch legs, repeat on the other side, press the hip, flex the hip forward so you get that hip flexor stretch, back to neutral spine, inside arm comes down to the mat, rotating, and again, bringing it down, and rotating again, back up to neutral, half kneeling, straighten the front leg, flex the foot, and sit back. Back up to half kneeling, press the hip flexor forward or the hip forward to stretch the hip flexor. And then back to neutral, bring the inner arm down to the mat, rotate, again, inner arm down to the mat, rotate, come back up to half kneeling, straighten the front leg, flex the foot, sit back as far as you can, come back up to half kneeling, press the hip forward, neutral, bring the arm down, rotate, bring the arm down, rotate, neutral, straighten the front leg, flex the foot, sit back, and that's it. The second one is a walkout. So come to the end of your mat. You're going to squat down, walk your hands out to a nice straight plank. Not like that, just straight. Walk your hands back as far as you can go with straight legs. Then you're going to repeat for 5. That's number 3. Here's number 4. And here's number Next, you're gonna lie on your tummy on the mat. We're gonna put our arms in Y, then T, then capital I. So you're lying on the mat, head faces down. We're gonna do these for 7. So here we go with the Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And out in T. 1, feel the shoulder blades squeezing together, warming up the back, working on posture. Strong backs have nice posture. Here we go. Capital I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back onto your knees, flip over onto your back. We're going to do 10 bridges. Just nice, high hips. Feet are pretty close to your buttocks. 2, squeeze at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Come on up. Ready for the workout. 40 seconds on each exercise with a 20-second rest. First 2 exercises we'll do repeatedly, 3 rounds. First one, sit on your chair. Feet are a 90-degree angle. You're going to get a fairly lightweight, 8-10 pounds. And to begin with, you're just going to get that feeling of standing up with your glutes. This is the exercise. Extend your arms, shoulders back, engage your core, sit down into the squat and come back up and release. That's it. The second one is a row. You're going to be in a staggered stance and doing a row. So here we go. I'm going to set the timer and I'll tell you about the other exercises as we go along.
Warm up.
So here we are. Get
2,
ready.
1. Exercise 1.
First exercise. Your feet are seated. You're solidly on the chair. Stand up to get ready. Extend that weight. Do the squat. Come back up and release and relax. Extend, which engages your ab. Come back, sit down.
That's halfway.
And release. Extend to engage the core. Great way to practice being upright during your squat. And also how much you can use your abdominal muscles
3,
during the squat.
2, 1.
Now we're going to
Rest.
do that row. You might switch weights. I'll have a heavier weight. You want a staggered stance. Back foot is straight, not out here. And this is how you're going to do it. While
3,
we're waiting.
2.
Yeah, here
1.
we go.
Exercise 1.
Your head will look down, except you might need to look at me. At the bottom, don't go all the way. Halfway, we're going to switch sides, so be ready. You can see the timer when we get to 20 seconds.
That's halfway.
The other foot goes back. Notice my shoulder is not rotating.
Three, 2, 1.
Back to the first
Rest.
exercise. Starting on the bench or the chair, sitting back far enough so you're safely going to land. Get that 90 degrees. Think about using your glutes to lift. We're trying to avoid this front knee action. Here we go. Whoops, it started. I don't know what happened, but we're going to extend, squat, come back up, and here we go. Extend, squat, come back up, release. Extend, squat, come back up, release. Extend, squat, come back up, release. Extend, just tap that seat, don't sit down. The idea of this is to show you how far back you want that squat to aim. Extend, squat, come up, release.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 1. 3, 2, 1.
Back to the
Exercise
row.
1.
Here we go. Almost time to switch.
That's halfway.
Be sure that back foot is facing forward. Your chest is facing the ground. Don't be too upright. You want to be down. You're working your back. Press
3,
that
2,
shoulder blade into
1.
the middle.
Rest.
Okay, we're going to go back one more set. Get in that nice position. 90 degrees. Sit back far enough so you're sure to know where you're going to land. Getting ready.
3, 2, 1.
And stand up.
Exercise 1.
Extend, squat, come down, release. Extend, squat, release. Extend, engage the core, squat, and release. You should feel the difference between the release and the extend as far as your
That's halfway.
core muscles are concerned. Extend. The idea is not to have a heavy weight on this one. The idea is to practice your form on your squat. So you're staying fairly upright and you're using
3,
your
2,
core.
1. Rest. 1.
Back at the row.
Exercise 1.
And time to switch.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Rest.
There we go. And that's all 3 sets. Now we're going to start the second circuit. From there, we're going to do a chest press. We'll be lying on the ground, pressing the chest, the dumbbells forward above the chest. And the second exercise will be shoulder raises. Don't pick a weight that's too heavy, something you can do for about 12 reps. So we're going to start now. You're on your back. So get the weights you need for a chest press. Here we go. 5 seconds to get me down
3,
there.
2, 1. Exercise 1.
Your arms are on the ground. And they're going to press up. Press your back against the mat as you press the weights upward. Inhale on the way down. And exhale at the very top.
That's halfway.
I'm holding my weights at a 45-degree angle. So they're not straight, they're not sideways. They're about 45 degrees. They're coming up over my chest, not over my
3,
shoulders.
2, 1.
And now we're going
Rest.
to come up to standing. Get ready for those arm raises. So they're lateral raises, great for the shoulders. Here we go. Getting ready. Standing with a nice posture.
3,
Tilt your
1.
pelvis a little
Exercise 1.
so that you're not going to arch your back while you're doing these. Inhale, exhale at the very top.
That's halfway.
Great for your shoulders. Your arms are working. Your grip is working. Almost done.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Back on your back for set number 2. Almost ready. 45-degree angle.
3.
Don't forget, you're going to
1.
press your back into the
Exercise
mat.
1.
I have my knees bent. You could straighten them just as long as you're not arching your back. Straightening them may have you feeling you're working your core a little bit more. Inhale on the way down.
That's halfway.
Exhale at the top. Hopefully you have a weight that's a little bit of a challenge, or at least by the last few reps, it's some effort. If you
3,
have just
2, 1. Rest.
straight arms all the way to the top, weights down safely before you come up for those lateral arm raises. Here we go. Woohoo! Shoulders
3,
back, tuck
2,
the pelvis slightly. So you're
Exercise
gonna
1.
engage the core. You can feel here's another exercise. We're using our core. Straight arms. Don't curl the wrists.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Rest.
That was an effort. Lightweight for me. That's a lightweight, but yet it was very difficult. Let's get, if you have a heavier weight, I like to put them on my thigh. Then I bring my
3,
knees up
2.
and it lifts
1.
those weights right up.
Exercise 1.
Press up. Inhale on the way down. Straighten the legs if you want. Don't forget, you don't want your back arching.
That's halfway.
Now, if you're working your chest muscles here, this would be in lieu of a push-up. It's those big pectoral muscles right above your breasts. If you're not using enough weight, if it's not a little bit of a challenge
3,
towards the last few
2,
reps,
1.
you really
Rest.
gonna miss out on a lot of the work. Here we go. This is round 3.
Three, 2, 1. Exercise 1.
Coming up, and I notice myself stopping towards my legs, but stop right here before you get there. It's going to be a little harder. If you go all the way to your legs, you get a little rest stop.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Your timer is complete.
There's our circuit. So the next one is going to be an up and down plank and a single leg bridge. So the up and down plank is going to be here. Your arms, you're going to start out in a forearm plank. Notice where your elbow is. I'm going to bring my hand back to where that elbow is, not up here. Here, and then here, and then down, and then down. That's a up and down push-up or plank. And the second one is a single leg bridge. Your knees are going to stay together, feet are close to your buttocks. Come up, watch my knees. I'm not coming up. I'm keeping my knees even and extending up. We'll do them together. Here we go. I'll set the timer. 5 seconds to get
Warm
ready.
up. 3,
Get that
2,
plank.
1.
Forearm plank
Exercise 1.
is where you're going to start. Bring your hand back to where your elbow is, all the way back, and then all the way back. And then come back down. And if this is too much, just hold this plank, or you can choose to hold this plank
That's
for
halfway.
the rest of the time period. Try to keep your hips still. So it's not like
3,
this.
2, 1. Rest.
Okay, that was good. Here we are, single leg bridge. On your back, bring those hips up. You can wait till the timer starts. I've got
3,
my hips up, ready
2,
to go.
1.
Extend the
Exercise
right leg
1.
and come back down. If your hips are sinking, you just can't do this, then just do these bridges up and down, up and down. Otherwise, it's that single leg bridge. You stay up here the whole
That's
time.
halfway.
I find that my upper arms can help me a little bit. They're like stabilizing, like a kickstand.
3, 2, 1.
Oops, my
Rest.
There we are. Now we're going to do those up and down planks again. Yay. 3 sets. We've done 1. I'm starting in the forearm plank.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Hips
Exercise
are down.
1.
Hips are still. Mine are not rotating like that.
That's halfway.
If it gets too much, just stay in either one of the planks.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Back to the bridge. I haven't done this in a long time. There you go. If you don't do them, it gets so much harder. But that's using that,
3,
those big chest muscles.
1.
Come up
Exercise
into the
1.
bridge. Extend the leg. Bring it back. It's slow and controlled. Here's the count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's
1, 2,
halfway.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Use those kickstands, your upper arm. Squeeze those glutes. Don't let them lower down.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Give yourself a little back massage while you're here. You have a couple seconds. And then back up to those planks. Yay. Can't wait.
3,
Back to the
Two.
form.
1.
Get into a nice
Exercise one.
position. Hips are flat. Yes. Your body's in a straight plank. That means if I had a yardstick from head to heel, well, head to buttocks anyway, I could hopefully be in a
That's
straight
halfway.
line.
Three, two, one. Rest.
Give myself a reward of a child's pose. Just like the reward after the fridge with a back massage,
3,
back
2.
to bring in their hips
Exercise
all the
1.
way up, extend and return. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't let the hips slip down. Squeeze.
That's
good.
halfway.
Do you feel your core working? Yes, it is working. Notice we're not doing any crunches. Definitely have worked our core during this workout.
3,
During the
two.
squats.
1. Your timer is complete.
Bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. There you go. And bringing one leg to your chest, extend the other one out. Hold, bringing that thigh into your chest. Now we're going to straighten that leg. Your leg is over your hip. Bring it as straight as you can. If you can't do it straight, then lower it. But you don't want so much straight that it's straining behind your knee. So do what feels right. Flex your toe. Pull your leg towards you if you feel that will help your stretch. Shouldn't hurt, just comfortable. Flex that toe. Push it towards your nose. And you'll feel a nice stretch. I'm getting my hamstring, my calf. And switch legs. Bring the other thigh to the chest. And then straighten the leg. Flex the foot. Press the other leg against the mat. Flex that toe towards your nose. Relax your shoulders. And bring your knees to your chest, hands out in T. Let the knees drop to the right as you turn your torso and your neck and your head towards your extended hand. Really feeling that nice stretch. Inside of your body. And then using your abdominal muscles, bring those knees up and over to the other side and twist the torso, twist the neck, turn it to a nice comfortable stretch. And using your dumbbells, bring those knees back up and come up to seated. Bring your front leg, your shin, try to make it parallel to the front of the mat. And we're going to do a modified pigeon. So we're in sort of a mermaid, feet going opposite direction. And you're just going to walk out into a nice stretch, go out as far as feels comfortable. And come over to the other side, shin parallel to the mat, the top of the mat. This one I tip over quite a bit. So the challenge is for me is to be more upright. So I'm reaching down, forward. And then walking yourself up. Let's come up to standing. And hands behind the back. Pressing the chest forward, stretching the chest. Getting as far away from your back as possible. And then shoulder stretch, bring your arm across, shoulder down. And the other side. And this one. Tricep, the other tricep. Do both. Do a picture frame. This one where you grab each elbow. And then coming up. And 2. And there we go. That's great workout.